What's up, guys? I'm just a gamer and I'm back with another video. The Game Awards are next week, and I think it's about time I gave my trailer predictions. So that's what we're going to be doing here today. And just heads up, I know apparently there's already been some leaks, but when it comes to stuff like this, I don't look or watch or read leaks of any kind. So if any of this has already been leaked, apologies in advance. But yeah, that's just how it is. I don't follow leaks. But yeah, not much else to say, so let's just jump into it. And I'm gonna start off with a game that I actually has been confirmed by the developers themselves, that will show up at the Game Awards. Pretty sure, pretty positive. Could be misremembering, but it is Exodus. For those of you who don't remember, Exodus is the next big sci-fi space adventure RPG coming to us from former BioWare devs, the people who worked on Mass Effect. And you can tell, from the gameplay we have seen of the game, you can very much tell they took a lot of inspiration, a lot of stuff from Mass Effect. And the developers have been doing a pretty good job of slowly, giving us information at on their YouTube website. They actually have been actively, giving dev diaries and stuff like that. If you guys haven't checked it out, but yeah, so I think it's already been confirmed that they are going to be showing a new trailer at the Game Awards, and it's actually one I'm looking forward to because we haven't really heard anything from Mass Effect side of things, BioWare side of things. N7 Day came and went this year, and we didn't really get much. We got some art that showed apparently a Krogan civil war, and obviously we got news that the Mass Effect show they're working on is going to take place after the original trilogy of games, which is very interesting. But yeah, so this is a game I'm very much looking forward to. I'm very much excited to see what they're going to show. I will say, of the gameplay I have seen already, in the trailers that you're probably seeing right now on screen, graphically there's something I'm a little I think the graphics remind me of Andromeda a bit, which I was not that big of a fan of. The game was fine, but very undercooked in my opinion. And just the visual style of it reminds me of that. But that is, obviously, that can change, that can whatever. That's the only thing I can see that's a little nagging to me. But overall, I'm very excited to see Exodus and the new trailer, and hopefully maybe get a release date for this thing. Next up is a game we haven't heard from in a while, and that is Judas. This is the game coming from Kevin Levine, the person behind BioShock, and this game was actually announced quite a few Game Awards back. I can't remember exactly when, so it's only proper, I think, that we get another look at the game at the Game Awards once again. But yeah, I think it's been long enough. It's been pretty radio silent for a long while now, and I think it's just time for us to see a trailer for this game. So I want to say the chances of Judas showing up are pretty high, at least to me. Again, I think I've seen Kevin Levine doing interviews, so I want to say he's maybe ramping up for a trailer to come out, but who's to say, but I think chances are pretty good we're going to see Judas at the Game Awards this year. Now this next one is one of my more long shot predictions, but I think there's still a possibility, and that is a gameplay trailer for GTA 6. Now again, I know this is a bit of a long shot just because GTA 6 is such a massive game. It can pretty much drop a trailer any day. It would be huge, massive news. It really doesn't need to show up at an award show. But I just think, in my mind, because the game was delayed, people have, they're a little bit, maybe put off by it. And them dropping a new trailer at the Game Awards with a lot of eyes on it might be, a way for them to soothe those people, be like, hey, here's something new, just to, hold you over for, instead of May until November. And yeah, I'm also hoping thinking it would be the right time to drop a gameplay trailer, just because the previous two trailers, they were in engine, so we saw a good look at the game, and I know they said that was they had the HUD turned off and there was some editing trickery going on, but apparently there was some gameplay segments in those two trailers from before. But I think what we need now, or people want now, is actual gameplay trailer where they show the HUD, how everything works, and everything all everything in that realm. And yeah, I just think this would be a good opportunity for them to like show it off. Just because again, the Game Awards, love them or hate them, always have a lot of eyes on them. And yeah, I just think this would be a good place to show off a gameplay trailer. Again, I know it's a long shot. I know it's really it's more than likely not going to happen, but I'm just going to hedge my bets and say that's one of my long shot bets or one of my long shot predictions is that we'll get a GTA 6 gameplay trailer here. Moving along to the next game, I'm pretty certain will show up, or rather studio, and that is the new NRS game, or NetherRealm Studios, and more than likely it's going to be Injustice 3. They finished Mortal Kombat 1 a while back, or they finished supporting it a while back, which is a little bit controversial in itself. But yeah, pretty much everyone is already speculating and pretty much saying that they're pretty sure Injustice 3 is going to show up. I mean, NetherRealm has had a pretty good track record of showing up at the Game Awards. I believe they showed off 11 at the Game Awards, and they even showed off, was Mortal Kombat 1 showing off at the Game Awards? I think it was. Or was that something else? I can't remember. Point is, they have a pretty good track record of showing up at the Game Awards, and more than likely it's going to be Injustice 3. So yeah, not really that big of a prediction just because it seems so certain, but who knows? Maybe they won't show up at all, or maybe the next NRS game is something completely different. Who's to say? But yeah, I would put my money on Injustice 3. Sticking with fighting games, I think there's a good chance we might see the new season trailer for Tekken 8, just because Mary Zhao is out now, I think, for early access, and they just finished releasing her like full-blown character breakdown trailer, which was pretty crazy. She looks like she looks like she's gonna do damage. She looks like people are gonna might go ham with her. And yeah, but that being said, people have not been really happy with the current season and how the game is at the moment. So I want to say they might want to just get it out of our mindset, get it out as fast as can, and just get us excited for the new season with whatever changes and they need to make. So I think chances of us getting a new season trailer for Tekken 8 is pretty likely. It's not impossible. But if I had to say, part of me wants to say that they might hold off just because, again, Mary Zhao is only just releasing. They want to give people time to play her, get to know her, and finish off the season. So this one is also I'm not confident with, but there's still a good chance we see something new from Tekken 8 here. Next up, I am pretty sure we're going to see something from Marvel Tokon at the Game Awards, just because the second beta is later this week and it ends on Sunday. And what better way than to finish off that beta than just for some days later at the Game Awards to show off, whether it be 1 or 2 or 4 new characters for the game. I mean, in my mind, that seems like the perfect combination to have people excited and keep people excited. Just because, again, people are gonna go crazy this weekend on the game, and again, after it ends, they're gonna be in that realm of oh man, I wish I could play more. And then lo and behold, come the Game Awards some days later to show off characters and keep that excitement alive. So I am pretty sure we're gonna see something from Marvel Tokon, whether it be one character or maybe a whole team of characters, a whole new team of characters. Just because since it is a 4v4, it makes sense for them to introduce another team, 4 new characters. But who knows? Maybe they'll just piecemeal it and just show off one new character or something like that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see something from Marvel Tokon just because of the proximity to the end, to the beta happening this week or this weekend. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see something from Marvel Tokon. I'm pretty freaking sure. Finishing off the fighting game portion of my predictions is Street Fighter 6, where I'm pretty positive we're gonna see the Alex teaser. Alex is the next character coming in season 3 of Street Fighter 6, where he's supposed to release in spring or is it? Well, I forget how that scheduling thing works, but he is the next character scheduled to be released, and yeah, I'm just pretty sure we're gonna see him just because Sea Viper has been out for a nice long while now, and I think it's just about time we at least tease a teaser for him because they usually drop the teaser and then a little while later they drop the full cinematic with the gameplay trailer. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we're at least gonna see the teaser trailer at the Game Awards this year, just because I think it's about time. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see Alex at the Game Awards. Sticking with Capcom, there are two more Capcom games that I'm pretty sure are going to show up at the Game Awards, and the first being Monster Hunter Wilds, just because Title Update 4 is scheduled to release sometime this month, if I'm not mistaken, and we really haven't seen anything of it yet. Obviously, we know that GOG Mythos is coming, and other things as well, but I think it's time we saw the actual Title Update 4 trailer. To see, what other crossovers coming, what other changes, other additions. I think it's time. So I'm pretty positive we're going to see Monster Hunter Wilds at the Game Awards with Title Update 4. Pretty positive we'll see something. The last Capcom game I think we'll see at the Game Awards this year is RE9. Just because it's the one with the closest release date, which is February 27th. And yeah, I think it's just about time they want to get that ball rolling, give us some more trailers, give us some more information. I would love to see like maybe a more gameplay, we've seen gameplay of the game, but that extended gameplay section that everybody's seen. But I would want to see like maybe a little bit more of the like gunplay, maybe a few of the puzzles that we'll maybe run into, just a bit more like show a bit more of the game, put it that way. But yeah, I'm pretty sure RE9 is the easiest pick for what we'll see at the Game Awards, because again, release date is right around the corner, and just because Pragmata and Onimusha, their release dates, or they don't even have release dates, they have release windows, and I think they already stated that like for both of those games that it's gonna, they're gonna take their time. It's gonna still be a while before they show anything next. I mean, it's still completely possible. Maybe all 4 of these games or 5 of these games show up at the Game Awards. Maybe we will see Pragmata and Onimusha as well. But if again, from my predictions, I think those two were going to be like, they're going to be held off for now, and they're just going to focus on, Street Fighter Alex, Monster Hunter Wilds, Update 4, and RE9, because again, its release date is just 3 months away, right around the corner, and it's time to get people hyped around the game and maybe show just, in general, show a bit more of the game. So yeah, I think Capcom is going to just focus on those 3 at the Game Awards. That's my prediction when it comes to Capcom. That's my prediction. Next up, let's talk Marvel, because there are 3 Marvel games I think can show up at the Game Awards. Obviously, Wolverine. That's the obvious one, and that's actually one I'm more hesitant on than anything else. And then the next 2 are Blade, the game from Arcane Leon, if I'm not mistaken, and obviously 1943's Rise of Hydra, the Amy Hennig game. And man, like this one's tough because I don't see all 3 of these games showing up. I don't see all 3 of them showing up. Wolverine has an okay chance of showing up just because Insomniac has shown up at the previous Game Award. Were they at the previous Game Awards? They basically just showed off a still image, or they showed off like key art or like art of like Spider-Man before Spider-Man 2 released of Venom and like Spider-Man fighting Venom. So like they have that relationship there to where maybe they will they can bring in a new Wolverine trailer of some kind. But I feel like maybe it's too soon, especially since the game doesn't come out until fall of next year. So that one's actually I'm a little hesitant on saying it'll be there. The next one is also a little hesitant on saying it's going to be there, and that is Blade. And I'm only saying that because, for those of you who don't know, Arcane they've gone through some stuff with layoffs and, people leaving and things like that. So, like, the game, well, it has been stated is still being developed, is still being worked on. I'm very hesitant to say it'll show up just because of those, that situation and those conditions. So I'm not really sure. So if I had to place any money, I would have to say 1943 is my prediction for the Marvel game that will show up at the Game Awards this year. Just because, from what we know, development has been progressing either smoothly. Again, I could be completely wrong about that. And it's been a while since we've heard from them or heard from Amy Hennig's studio about the game. So yeah, I think out of those three games, I think I'm placing my bet on 1943 Rise of Hydra. I would say Blade would be maybe second place with Wolverine in third. I just don't see all three of these games showing up. I just don't see it. If I had to really choose, I would say 1943 is the game I think is going to show up at the Game Awards. That maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully, maybe, hey, I'll be happy to be wrong. But I think that's where it's going to go. I think it's going to go 1943 is the game that's going to show up at the Game Awards over the other two. This next one is more of a feel-good prediction, just because if I'm honest with myself, I don't really think it's going to show up here. I think it's too early, and that is Darksiders 4. We got the announcement a while ago that Darksiders 4 was in development. I mean, this was something that a lot of fans were happy with, just because it's been so long since, between 1 and 2, 2 and 3, and then 3 in that one, like, isometric little multiplayer game. Like, it's been a long time coming that we finally see the conclusion to the original story that started in 1 with War summoning his his family at the end. Like, this is finally it. And it's been stated that it's a single player, but it has also 4-player online. So that's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, like, this is, again, I think if I'm being honest with myself, it is, I think, too early to see anything from this game. But I'm still going to put it out there. I'm just going to cross my fingers and hope. And I'm just going to say that I'm just going to hope we see something from Darksiders 4. Just something. Next up is Turok Origins, and yeah, I also think this might show up just because this actually first announced at the Game Awards, if I'm not mistaken. Like, this was first seen at the Game Awards, and we have seen a little bit of it since then. They've had some live showings, and people have had their hands on, and yeah, I just think it's time for them to really show the game off once again, just because I think it's about time. And I'm actually kind of looking forward to this. I mean, I grew up with Turok. I mean, to be honest, I only think I played the first, I don't even think I even played the first Turok. I think I only ever played Turok 2, which is very sad to say. But regardless, yeah, I just think it's about time we see this game again. And since it was first announced at the Game Awards, I just think it's fitting that to show up a new trailer would be at the Game Awards again. Another game that has a very high chance of showing up at the Game Awards this year is OD Knock, the game from Kojima and Xbox Game Studios. Obviously, Kojima has a very good relationship with Keighley. He's always bringing him stuff. And yeah, so OD has a very high chance of showing up. We saw a teaser trailer not too long ago that showed off the gameplay, where it's very first person and you're lighting the candles, and each candle you light affects something in the room and the knocking, and it was very creepy, very scary, and very intriguing. And obviously the facial capture, the animations and everything there is just astonishing. Kojima is a madman. But the game looks great, and obviously if the game does show up, I'm assuming they're gonna have a moment of silence or some type of tribute to the actor Udo Kier, forgive me if I'm saying his name wrong, who passed away. He was in I don't know what they're gonna do, if they're gonna keep him in the game, or are they gonna maybe just have somebody finish his voice lines. I'm very curious to see what they say about that, if they say anything at all. But I mean, again, heart goes out to Udo Kier and his family, and yeah, I'm just very curious to see if they what they do in that regard. But regardless, the game looks amazing. I'm very much looking forward to it. Again, the teaser trailer showed quite a bit, but at the same time not enough. So again, I'm very, very interested to see what they show, what he brings to the table and what they'll show. And yeah, I'm super hyped on it, and I'm really hoping it does show up. Nearing the end here, I think we have a really good chance of seeing a release date trailer for Phantom Blade Zero. I mean, what more can I say? If you've been following me at all, you know this is one of my most anticipated games. I mean, it looks just absolutely amazing. We've seen, you know, gameplay of the game for a while now, like, and it looks so good. The action, the Game Informer had a really good article about them, and like, it's just, oh, this is one of those games that like I'm dying to get my hands on, because so many people say so many good things of like what, like when they themselves play it, they say it feels amazing, it looks amazing, and yeah, I mean, what more can I say? I'm really hoping we get a release date trailer for this game. But honestly, if we just get a new trailer in general, I'll be happy, because every time I see this game, I get more and more hyped for it. So yeah, like, again, crossing my fingers, but whatever I get, I'll be happy with. Whatever I get, I will be happy with. These last two are more long shot, wildest dreams. Like, I honestly don't think it's gonna happen, but I'm just gonna say them. I'm not even gonna put any like B-roll or nothing, but like for my last two long shots, just because there's been whispers for like a while now that maybe they're doing something, but like a remaster of Bloodborne. I mean, again, it's a long shot. I mean, they're releasing Night Rain DLC like in a little while. Like, I don't know, maybe, I mean, well, that's to say maybe somebody else is working on the remaster, but like, again, it's just been rumored for so long, and it's just like, I'm just putting it out there, just put it out there into the world, and maybe it'll come true. Maybe it'll come true. And then the other one is honestly anything from Square Enix, in the sense of like Kingdom Hearts 4, or maybe a teaser, or maybe a title reveal for the next Final Fantasy VII game. I mean, again, long shot, not even in the scope of possibility. I'm mostly just putting this out there into the world, just to see if anything comes back to me. But yeah, like, those are my last two predictions that, you know, crossing fingers, wildest dreams, we'll see a Bloodborne remaster and a teaser or game or trailer or something for either Kingdom Hearts 4 or the third installment of the Final Fantasy VII, you know, remakes. Alright, so yeah, like, again, I'm not even gonna put any B-roll here, because I just, realistically, I don't see it happening, and I will be shocked, amazed, and ecstatic if it does. Again, putting it out there into the world just to put it out there into the world. But yeah, those are my last two wildest dream predictions. And yeah, that pretty much does it for all my predictions for this year's Game Awards. Again, if any of this has already been leaked or, you know, confirmed, oh well. But I'm still super excited. Again, yeah, people like to, like, you know, make fun of like the Game Awards, that, oh, it's mostly just a trailer show with awards sprinkled in, but I really do anticipate these awards. I really do root for these developers and these creators. And then also, quick note, I actually went back and I did change, I think, one or two of my votes from when I voted before to, I think I did best art direction. I think I switched from Clair Obscur to Hades 2, just because the more I play Hades 2, the more amazing I think that game is, and I just feel like it really does deserve best art as well. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out there, full disclosure. But yeah, I am really excited for these awards. I am really excited, not just for the trailers, but for the awards themselves. But I am very much excited for the trailers, and here's hoping I get some of these right. But these are my thoughts, these are my predictions. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like or comment down below. I'd appreciate any all feedback. Subscribe. I alternate streaming between Twitch and YouTube because I have not figured out multi-streaming. So if you'd like, you can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/JustAGamerInc, all together in word, or you can click link below. And on YouTube, just hit the notification bell to know when I go live. But what are your thoughts on the Game Awards? What are your predictions? Do you think I'm off the mark? Is there something you think is going to show up that I missed? Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear predictions and hear from you guys in general. But regardless, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care and have a good game.